Hey guys, my name is SikaBOT1, and welcome back to Pokémon Moon, where we got the last trial of Ula Ula Island in the last episode, and now we're going back to an Aether location in order to progress the plot, because we still need to do that. Uh-oh, Team Skull. Okay, yeah, I probably should have figured this would happen. I'm gonna train Jill. Jill, I'm probably going to focus my most efforts on just because she is low-leveled, and she is not evolved, unlike Lindsay. Back so soon, I wasn't expecting you just yet. It takes these dumb grunts way too long to deal with you kids. So I guess it's my turn now. We're going to fight you again? Oh, hello, Acerola, thank you. What? I told you before. Next time you get in our way, I'm not holding anything back. Okay, it's more like you're getting in our way, because we need to get into that building. Well, whatever. I can take you on. You're not tough. You ain't fat. You ain't nothing. Again, why is that becoming a catchphrase of mine? Whatever. Weird Al. We love Weird Al. Golbat. Okay. Yeah, I think Jill can take this. I think her other Pokemon is going to be Salazzle. I think she had, Salandit last time, so that would make sense. Confused, right, huh? Oh, no. Okay. Whatever. I think we can tough it out. Yep, we got it. Feint attack. I always thought that F-A-I-N-T attack was a weird name for a move, because it's not a guaranteed feint, you know? Makes a lot more sense that they changed it to F-E-I-N-T. Uh-oh, Poison Fang. I am pretty sure that Poison Fang is one of the only damaging poison-type moves that can also inflict badly poisoned. Can, of course. Most other, or am I wrong about, I think that's right. Like, most poison moves have a potential side effect of poisoning, but, you know, the badly poisoned doubles the poison damage every turn, for a guaranteed knockout by turn 8, if the poisoned Pokemon is repeatedly healed and whatnot. Okay, at least I didn't get... do I have a full restore? Or... No, I don't have a full restore. I guess I'll just have to settle for a Hyper Potion. I should get more potions, because I feel like I don't have that many. Whatever. I had the opportunity just now. Okay, Poison Fang. Okay, we got poisoned. And yeah, badly poisoned. I was right. Poison Fang does a badly poisoned. So it can actually be kind of a devastating move. Poison Fang. That's all you know how to do, isn't it? Come on. Okay, thank you. That's not gonna do it, though. Oh my god. Jill is boned. I'm sorry, Jill, but you're boned. Okay. Jeez, confusions. Okay. I changed my mind, I don't want to fight you anymore. Okay, Lindsay. Fight poison with poison, except I'm definitely going to use not poison moves on you. I can't be poisoned, because I am a poison type. How do you like me now? Well, you like me enough to do that to me, I guess. You coming on to be- What am I saying? What the hell am I saying? Okay. There we go. You're down. Please stop being a nuisance, you... I hate you. Okay, level 38. Do I get anything for that? I want to upgrade from Flame Burst at some point. And there's... Yeah, your own Salazzle. I knew it. I knew you had to be the trainer that had a Salazzle. I don't know, just because you're the token female... Well, I shouldn't say token, because there are plenty of girls in Team Skull, but she's like the highest ranking woman, if you pay attention, I guess. Dragon Rage, I guess. I can't believe we're still kind of relying on Dragon Rage. Oh. Okay. Just like when Jill was initially confused. Yeah. Flame Burst, I can tank that. We tank those. That's also becoming a catchphrase of mine. I am happy with how that short performed, after all. And a Dragon Rage will knock you out. We tank those. We are still tanking those. Underrated aspect of Salazzle. No ability to poison or burn it. So you can't do either of the volatile status conditions that steadily lower HP. You got dirty there, huh? Okay. Gonna clean you off. The nice towel. I need to wash my towels. I really need to put them in the wash. Maybe another day. Because they jacked up the rate to use the washer and dryer units at my building. For years it was $1.50 per machine, and then they bumped it up to $2 earlier this year, which I go through quarters so much quicker, and you have to use quarters. Like, physical currency is dying, and you're still doing that. Just let me use my damn credit card so I don't have to go to the bank every couple weeks to get quarters, or bills to turn into quarters, because at least they do have a quarter machine. Guess you are pretty tough. Now I understand why my grunts waste so much time battling kids. But if you want us to return the Pokémon, then you'll have to come to us. Alone. The boss is dying to meet you. See you at our base in Po Town. Alright then. Thank you, Acerola and How, for helping me out there. Or maybe I was helping you out. Ugh, battles you can't afford to lose aren't any fun. Yeah. Hey, are you guys okay? Am I gonna get my Pokemon healed? Because, my bird just straight up fainted. But my Yungoos... We can't forgive this! Darn it, those numbskulls actually did something pretty clever for once. If we want to get the Pokemon back, then making us to go to Po Town, all alone, with no backup? That's what they said, but that's not fair! Team Skull has taken over Po Town. It's basically their private playground now. If you're gonna go, though, try to find this guy in Route 15 who's wearing a kimono. He might be able to help you get to Po Town. Okay. Here, take this! Just get my Yungoos back for me! Huh? I'm not really using these, but thank you. In fact, how many of these have I accrued? Lily, what's going up with you? Pokemon being abducted like that, maybe even hurt. I just can't stand the idea. Megan, please help them. I hear you loud and clear, Lily. I hear you. How many rare cans have I accrued? Okay, 7. Alright. I used to, whenever I played Pokemon, I used to use those as soon as I acquired them, but I don't so much anymore. You know, maybe when I'm towards the end of the game and I need to get some easy levels to train up for the Pokemon League, then maybe I might consider using them then, but I don't know, maybe maybe I'm just not doing that anymore. But I know what's coming up. I know what's coming up. Huh? Oh, do I unlock... I unlock more stuff in the store for clearing Acerola's trial. That's neat. What do I get now? Adrenaline Orb. I don't remember exactly what... I guess Max Potions? Max Potions are not really worth the money right now. I think it's also been a while since I sold treasures, so let's figure out what I need to sell here. It's, It would be here. Let's sort this by type so that I can kind of mentally see where the treasures might be. Pretty white. Okay, I think this is just for selling. It's not even worth that much. Commenter, I don't have any... Oh. Oh, I held on to that for way too long. Same with this. Wait, I had... how many... Yeah, I had 2 of those. Never mind. For you, I'm gonna see if I can find the person who is willing to buy mushrooms, or kinoko. Kinoko. Any opportunity I have to use Japanese terminology that I know I am probably going to take. It's good practice, okay? Like, I just recorded another series where... Or an episode in another series, it's not gonna go for some time, but I counted in Japanese a little bit, or tried to flex that. Anyway. You look familiar. Man, oh man, what is going on today? Someone actually bothered coming to this kind of sad place? Well, no matter. I'll take you on, keep you company. Tell me, Uncle Grimsley is going to flip a coin. Will it be heads or tails? Tails. Yes? What is it? Look into my eyes. I should probably change the color of her eyes if I can. Astonishing! You just took a stab like some kind of prophet! Right now, you and your Pokémon are shining brilliantly. Like pearls and diamonds, maybe? A loss is a loss. I'll give you Sharpedo's info for your rider page, then. Ride it to victory! Thank you. Obviously, you can't fail that. Maybe you don't need to hear this from me, but I'm going to tell you anyway. If you press B while riding on Sharpedo there, it'll jet forward and smash through rocks. Like those ones there. And here's a bit more unwanted advice. Po-Town lies at the other end of Route 16 here, but it's thoroughly occupied by Team Skull. You shouldn't go there unless you want trouble. So that is a quick little cameo from Grimsley of the Elite Four of Unova. Kind of a random cameo, but it's kind of neat. I don't know why he needs to be the one to give you a Sharpedo. I guess he is a Dark-type user, but now we've got Sharpedo, we can bash through these rocks. Also not the only rocks in the game. Mostly, I think this makes Lapras obsolete, except for the fact you need to be on Lapras if you want to do fishing at some spots. I think that's the only thing, though, maybe, that Sharpedo can't do that Lapras can. Again, if I am not mistaken, and I could be mistaken, but I think you also have a lower encounter rate when you're on Sharpedo, so maybe if you're trying to catch some if you're trying to run into some Pokemon just randomly in the wild, it might be a good idea to use Lapras instead, but, okay, yeah, you're gonna be an Ace trainer, right? Or a Bird trainer? I don't know. What is on Route 15? I think we already covered it. Ace trainer Carla. Probably have something interesting. Vulpix? I mean, granted, I don't think we've seen a lot of Alolan Vulpix yet, so I might as well go for it. Eh? I'm not Canadian. I just wish I was. Shadow Ball. We're at a disadvantage, obviously, because of the ice, but, I mean, I'm not gonna try. I think that means I can't lower your stats. Am I correct about that? So Shadow Ball is probably not gonna be as effective as I want it to be. Pluck. Okay. Hex. Why are you going for Hex? I resist that. Do you not know any Ice-type moves that would be super effective against me? So I feel like Hex has some kind of secondary purpose. Like, does it do double damage if its target is burned? That might be it, and I'm not sure. We have a Haunter as well. I mean, we have fought Haunter, so Haunter's not really that interesting. I'll skip you. Well, I'm already this deep in. Oh my god. Okay, this is just gonna be the episode where Confuse Ray ticks me off. Alright. But this is gonna hit you hard. There we go. There we go. And what about you? Wigglytuff? Also not really that interesting, but we'll give it a shot. You're gonna be immune to Shadow Ball being a normal type. Oh, you haven't even been... I haven't fought you yet. Why am I using Feint Attack? You're gonna resist that too, because you're a fairy now. I always thought... Again, I'm sure I've told this story before, maybe even in this very series, but screw it, this wouldn't be the first time that I've repeated stuff within the same series. So, when the Fairy type was first introduced as part of the Pokemon X and Y release cycle, one of the first Pokemon that they announced was retconned as a Fairy type was Jigglypuff, and by extension Wigglytuff. Oh, woke up and snapped out of confusion at the same time. I love that. One of the first ones they announced was Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff, and Notably, Clefairy was not initially announced as retconned as a fairy type. That, of course, you know, of course, now we know that Clefairy was retconned into a fairy type and lost its normal type in the process. But it was still so funny. It was still so funny that one of the Pokemon that they first announced to be a fairy type was not even the one that famously has Fairy in the name. But, eh. Alright, now, mostly just a funny story nowadays and not really worth getting angry about today. If you ask me, I'm no longer disabled. I mean, what good does that do me? That move wasn't even really good for Wigglytuff. Always found it interesting that they decided that Jigglypuff could be dual normal and fairy. But Clefairy, on the other hand, just pure fairy. Why is this taking so long? Snubbull and Granbull were also ones that I was surprised that they retconned into the fairy type, but I guess the Pokédex description always described one of them as the fairy Pokemon, so I don't know, maybe it's not that big a deal. That put me through the ringer just a little bit, but Jill emerged victorious. She swept your team, and I got Wild Charge. Okay, that's a recoil electric type move, and not really something I want to be using. Charge-a-Bug is not ready for that yet, I don't think. I think 60 will be enough. Yeah. There we go. Jill, you've been training hard. I don't think I can find anything interesting in the grass here, so, I guess we're gonna get into one encounter. I currently have Route 16 loaded up on the Bulbapedias, and that doesn't look like it has anything interesting either. Any Pelipper. Yeah, I don't know why I bothered. Anyway, so I did say before I was going to look up if there was a battle with Acerola, and the answer is not yet. You can fight her in this game, but we'll get into that later when we are allowed to. Oh, okay. Jill was reaffirmed by my familiar scent. That is good to know. Jet boarding, jet boarding, jet boarding. Oh, these guys are... Okay, they're clearly... They're doing that gimmick where they just go up and down, and then they can see me. Okay, who should I have as doubles partners? Let's go Ariel and April. The original two, why not? Let's have them train together, why not? Yeah. Futurama. Being the big Simpsons head I was as a kid, you would think I would also catch on to Futurama at the time, but no, I didn't catch on to Futurama until adulthood a few years ago in preparation for the Hulu revival. It is a fun time. It's a fun show. Yeah. Come on. Get on out here. Okay, I chose right, because, oh, Cloud 9. Effects of weather. I wasn't really going to use weather. I don't depend on weather. But okay. Really wish that this wasn't chugging as much as it is. Slowbro, I'm a little more worried about because those tend to be tanky, so that is why I'm attacking that. Golduck is a little more frail, but I think it hits harder. I don't know. Did they ever main for Golduck to be a psychic type? Because, I mean, you probably should have been. Whatever. Zen Headbutt, eh? I don't think Slowbro hit... Okay, that actually did some damage. You and you. You and me aren't thinking the same way. A random song to be thinking of. Bye-bye, Slowbro. Bye-bye. Oh, and April grew to level 41. Ariel, sorry. A-names. Ariel is just leveling up like crazy. Hello, Dallas. I was right to keep Dallas out of there. Oh, jeez. Okay. Now we got you, though. We got you. It is storming outside today, or at least it was earlier. April grew level 40. Nice. She's still a Charge-a-Bug, though. She's still a Charge-a-Bug. We'll survive. Jill grew to level 38. Golduck. I really need to get healed. Or swap out for someone else. What do we got here? Oh, we got a Pokemon Center nearby, so I think we'll be fine. More means to catch water Pokemon. Scooter. I'm gonna train you for a little bit. Still gonna enjoy being on the team as well as you can. Trainer tips. If you collect lots of different types of berries, try and friendly Poke... Yeah, I guess. Recently, I completed a side quest in Legend ZA where you find somebody who basically turns himself into a sign, like a trainer tip sign. He just stands there and he gives a trainer tip. You have to answer questions for it. It was really bizarre to me. Like, okay, you're becoming a signpost. Is this the triumphant return of Billboard from Super Mario Galaxy 1? I think that joke appears in 1, not so much 2. Maybe 2 as well. Maybe 2 as well. Okay. Hello, Stuffle. How are you? Mean? You're mean? What's going on with you? Pokemon with the Alchemy ability will change its ability to the ability of the defeated ally. Never heard of that before. Or maybe I have. Even with the same drink, the flavor is different in each cafe. Okay. Oh, thanks for the lemonade. I have Beyonce's Lemonade album on CD because for years it was not on streaming, and now it is on streaming. And you know what? I kind of like... Well, I don't have a lot of CDs. I don't even have a lot of cassette tapes, but I have a few. Collecting albums is fun. Maybe. Collecting urge. Okay. Ooh. Ula Meadow, huh? There's nothing interesting that we can catch in the route prior to here. I'm gonna grab this Zygarde piece first because, you know, I can see it. We might be able to catch the red Oricorio here, too. At least that's what I'm guessing from the flowers. I mean, it would make sense because the first island, we got a place with yellow flowers, and we got the yellow Oricorio there. Of course, they can swap between... Oh! I was right to come back here. Can I just, crawl under here? Can I just crawl under here? Well, it's not that exciting since April already knows X-Scissor naturally, but it's good to have, I guess. I'm probably not going to teach it to anyone else, though, you know, for coverage reasons. PP up. I will definitely take that into consideration when... Oh, got another trainer here? Yeah, let's fight you, and then we'll go into that house there. Lindsay, you're to level 39, and we're not done yet. Oh, we have Muck! Muck is new. He just had a charge bug before, but, yeah, Alolan Muck! I think I mean, of course we have run into Alolan Grimer before, but now we got Alolan Muck. And yeah, the moves basically tell me we have not fought this yet. Dark Poison. I guess was a consideration for the team. Maybe it's not the greatest Pokemon. I know that Cantonian, Grimer, and Muck aren't supposed to be that great, and maybe Alolan, Grimer, and Muck are the same. I don't know. I'm not that smart, but, you know, cool colors after all. Nicely done. Level 40. I am definitely replacing Bite. We had Bite for too long. Yes, okay, thank you. You're learning Crunch. Thank you. Scientist read. Despite taking damage, I was able to gather data. Yeah, okay. If you say so. Let's clean you up. You got a little filthy. A little dusty. La Latina dustiness. Konosuba, that's a fun show. Let's give you this. You did a good job, Scooter. Thank you, Scoot. I'm gonna put Jill back in front, though. She still needs training. She doesn't evolve until she's in her 50s. I think we'll get there by the time of the Pokemon League, at least. At least I'm gonna hope. Lindsay is actually in pretty good shape. I'm not gonna visit the Pokemon Center before I move on, but we are gonna go in here. Hey, it's the guys! I've been waiting for you. Now let me explain about the reassembly unit, okay? Cena, you don't even waste a second. Well, I said that in the wrong order, but whatever. Have you been collecting Zygarde's cells and cores? Yeah, I would say that I have. You've collected 10 or more cells and cores combined. Anyway, I'll explain. The reassembly unit is a device that has something to do with the Pokemon Zygarde. The machine is capable of assembly and separation of Zygarde. Wow. Assembly is to create a Pokemon called Zygarde. Now, Dexio, it's your turn. Okay. Oh, Sina. Anyway, there are 2 ways to assemble Zygarde. One is to add cells you collected to Zygarde. The other is to create a new Zygarde with only cells. You sound like you want to explain the whole thing, Sina. If this was Japanese, I think it would just be Sina. Yeah. It probably is supposed to be like a Japanese X name. Next, we'll explain about separation. Separate Zygarde means to return Zygarde to its cells. That sounds violent. But whatever. Separated cells will return to the Zygarde cube. Yep. For information, blah, 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 blah. Zygarde in the... And the number is... Okay, you're over-explaining just a little bit. I want to actually see it. Zygarde is set to maintain the order of the Kalos region. Then why is it in Alola? I don't know, because we didn't think about this until Alola. Is it a sign something is about to happen? I don't know. Maybe. If you collect Zygarde cells and cubes, you must get an answer. Anyhow, we'll be taking our leave now. Bon voyage! Yeah, different forms of Zygarde. We only had the snake form in X and Y. You can assemble Zygarde. Using the Zygarde cube only? Some with the cores and cells. Okay, 10%, sure. This game introduced 10% and complete forms, I think. Yeah. And then, of course, Legend Z introduced... Mega Zygarde, which is so hilarious. This is not a complete page, and you know it. Zygarde doesn't really evolve, it can just go into various forms, each of them more powerful than the last, I do believe. It is still a ground dragon, even though it is a dog! I should have given you some kind of name. In fact, hold on. I have returned to Hee City on the second island, because the name raider is here. Let's fix my mistake. I'm glad that this happens much earlier on, and I'm glad that they made it so the name rating is much easier to do in future games. Like, I think it starts in Let's Go, where you can just do it yourself, and then in Sword and Shield, you can just have that service in any Pokemon Center. And then I think in Scarlet and Violet, you can just name it whatever you want. Anyway, Zygarde is hence going to be known as Jimmy Hen. Jimmy Hen is Hitori's dog on Bocchi the Rock. Yes, named after Jimi Hendrix. I considered naming it Bond after the dog from Spy X Family, but I think that Jimmy Hen is just a much funnier name. So that's what I ultimately went with. We still got a ways to get to Poe City. We're not gonna get there today. Well, I guess we can try at least. Actually, returning here, I am probably gonna end off the episode since my recording is up to 32 minutes somehow. Whatever. Jimmy Hen. She's such a nerd, and actually, it's probably that her dad named the dog Jimmy Hen because he's also a music nerd. In fact, he was kind of the inspiration for Bocchi, or Hitori. Her real name's Hitori. Bocchi's a nickname. Again, I'm just getting into nerdy anime stuff. Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ellison, if this is not your thing. I know you've been commenting on the videos. Thank you for that. I'm sorry if I'm weirding you out with all the anime references. And, what am I, shoot. Season 2 of Bocchi the Rock, I do want that to happen. Kinda weird that it doesn't have an English dub, considering how popular it is, but I guess considering how music-focused it is, maybe that's why they didn't want to do that. I will be on the lookout, though. Anyway, thank you for watching. In the next episode, we are going to continue to chase down Team Skull into Poe Town. Take care.